So we are discussing test series 1 question number 24, and it belongs to the topic of optical instrumentation and more precisely fiber optics. The question 24 goes as: how much loss will be experienced if a fiber with a numerical aperture of 0.3 is the source of a fiber with a numerical aperture of 0.242? Now, in this question, it is almost predictable that loss will be there because both the fibers are having numerical aperture which are mismatched. It is simply analogous to two pipes from which water is going. One pipe is of bigger diameter and the other pipe is of smaller diameter. So obviously there will be water loss. So same is the case with the light here. There will be loss in the light. So here the source fiber has a broader cone of acceptance. So there will be loss that can be calculated by taking into consideration of larger numerical aperture as well as with a smaller numerical aperture. So if you see, then numerical aperture of one fiber, that is, if I say 1, it is equal to some 0.3. okay, and for the other, that is numerical aperture of 2, I'll say it as 0.242. it is given in the question. So two numerical apertures in the question they have given. So now how to calculate the loss? So there is a equation or direct formula which uses the loss. Please remember this formula because it will save time in exam, as there are other questions to handle. So there are certain direct formulas which can be put in order to calculate the loss in case of optical fiber. So loss is given as 20 log of 20 sorry, it is not writing here. So loss is given as 20 log of numerical aperture 1, that is the bigger numerical aperture always on the numerator, divided by the smaller numerical aperture or numerical aperture 2. So if you put the values in that, so you have 20 log of 0.3 divided by 0.242. so in general you remember it as higher numerical aperture divided by the lower numerical aperture. So it is a general formula for that. So if you put in the values, if you solve it, the answer will come as 1.87 dB. So this is the amount of loss which you will incur if you have two fibers having a different numerical aperture. Different numerical aperture obviously tells us that different acceptance angle. So if you see the options, then you have option number B, which is 1.87 decibel is correct. So option B, so you have option B as correct.